North Dakota Senator John Hoeven. He joins us live right now. Your takes, Senator, on just that comment and expected from what President Trump is going to announce here at 11 o'clock. What are you hearing, and what's your initial reaction?
John, Emma, good to be with you. It's right on the mark. Right on. We should put biting sanctions, the strongest sanctions possible, on Russia, on their bank accounts. And, of course, the objective is to cut off their ability to sell oil. And that's how they finance their war machine. I think that's right on. I think what you see President Trump doing is he's changing the dynamic in terms of the negotiation, both with Russia and with Ukraine, so that they are uncertain, to get them to the table, to force them to negotiate a permanent and lasting peace. I think you will see him talk about that this morning. And again, I think that is the right step to take.
Yeah. You know, sir, of course, tariffs have been the talk in these past few days, in which we knew there were going to be 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico, and then additional tariffs on China, only for the president to sort of walk that back yesterday, or at least put a pause on them. So does that give you any indication that even these Russia tariffs aren't set in stone as he considers them at this hour?
Well, remember Russian sanctions. As regards to the tariffs, the point I made just a minute ago about one of the reasons President Trump is so effective, particularly vis-a-vis our adversaries, is he keeps them guessing. They don't know what he's going to do, but they know he's going to take strong action. Now, in the case of the tariffs, we should have those tariffs on China. They do not play fair. They steal our copyrights, patent infringement, and we have to be tough with them. President Trump was in his first term in office, and ultimately he negotiated a $50 billion deal for our farmers and ranchers to make sales to China. And so, you know, that is something that he needs to do in terms of knocking down both their tariff and non-tariff trade barriers. Mm-hmm. Now, with Canada and Mexico, what he's trying to do is get reciprocity. And that's why you see him going through this back and forth, because he's working to get reciprocity, not only to stop the fentanyl sales that are coming, or the fentanyl drug that's coming into our country, which he needs to do, but ultimately to create reciprocity with both Mexico and Canada, which will benefit not only our exporters over the long term, but also job creation in our country.
Senator, Russia primarily sells fertilizer, platinum, and uranium to the United States currently. Is there a fear that they might try to sell that elsewhere if Trump imposes these sanctions?
Of course, and that's exactly why we need to sanction their bank accounts, so they can't do it, so they can't get payment and force those customers to go elsewhere.
All right.
Interesting.
That is Senator John Hoeven. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Reacting to the breaking news, by the way, the discussion on DOGE will continue, and we'll have to have you back for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.